Oh yeah, I get excited and slam the table, so they tell me that I can't do that.
Fire. Who are you to let them tell you what to do?
You know what?
If I was him, I would take that as disrespect. No.
I just missed the whole video.
Nah. All right. 5, 4, 3, 2.
Intent what? Yeah. Sheesh. It started that season.
What's going on, y'all? It's the Ill Intent Podcast. Oh yes, it's your boy Scott Paul, and we have a very special guest here today. Shout out to yourself, man. What's going on?
Good with it. It's your boy Samad Savage here with Scott Paul. You know, doing some amazing podcasting work. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely. We also got my man Jack Blames.
Yes, sir.
Helping out on production.
That's
He's also
it.
off camera. Yeah, talk to him.
We hiding a little bit, but we here for the whole thing.
Yes, sir. Yeah, man. Welcome back, everybody, to Ill Intent Podcast. This is where we talk about entertainment and just what's going on in current events in the world. Give our own little unique takes on it, especially with our co-hosts and special guests. And Samad, bro, I'm excited to have you on because, and for those who don't know Samad Savage, super talented artist. But he's so much more than that. So we'll get into that a little bit more. But you know, I'm excited to have you on because in addition to your artistry, your mind, bro. I love your mind. I love you know, how you interact with your community, with your fans, and
Thank you.
yeah, just like what you do with your platform. I can tell that your platform, you understand that it's a platform and what you can do with it and what you should do with it. And that's something that I've always really appreciated about you, in addition to you being phenomenally talented. So, yeah, man, shout out to Samad Savage. Yeah.
No, right back at you. I mean, this is your podcast, so I'm sure everybody who's watching already knows what an amazing, I was going to just say musician, but entrepreneur you are. You know?
Thank you.
So, yeah.
I appreciate that. Yeah, you heard it from the man himself. Yeah. Well, yeah, man, again, thank you so much for coming on. You know, for the people who, I like to always, like, this right here is for the people who don't know you. You know what I'm saying? You already got your community, you got your fans, but for the people that don't know you, like, you're not just, and I don't want to say just because, you know, doing music, you know, people out there that are doing music, it's not all about all the accolades and the bells and whistles and the whole nine. You know, it is about whatever. But you're very accomplished. You know, you're very accomplished. You were on the 2K soundtrack a couple years ago, which I thought, was that?
No, that was just last year.
Yeah, that was just last year, which was fire. You've, I mean, you have some big records. That one was Mom, I Made It. That made it on that one, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, it's crazy. I actually worked hard on that song in a way where I was literally thinking about sync licensing. Like, I wanted to, the like ultimate goal was to get it into this year's Super Bowl in the background or in a commercial or something like that, because that was the theme. I felt like every sports player, every college graduate could really enjoy that song. So that's who I made it for. It's very intentional. So to see it get into 2K is just, you know, my prayers were answered.
That's okay. So like in the creation process, you saw that that's what fire. That makes sense. That absolutely makes sense. Actually, could you tell me a little bit about your process? Because you also produce, you engineer. Yeah, tell me a little bit about your process of so do you always go in with the concept, or do you take
it totally depends, to be honest. There's times where like I'm doing albums like Trust the Weird Kids where I make the entire track list a sentence, and I made that sentence before I made the album.
Wow.
And then there's other times where it's like I hear a beat and then I instantly just feel a gravitation towards it. There's times where I'm making a beat and I'm thinking about what could possibly go in there as like lyric wise. But like nowadays, whenever I'm making beats, I just try to just focus on being a producer. And then whenever I'm rapping, I try to not think about the beats because I'll mess around and like go back into the beat project and like change things around. So
yeah. I feel like you're definitely, I was gonna say notorious, but that sounds bad. But I love your on your features. The beat during his feature never sounds like the beat during the rest of the song.
Oh.
Like that was like a thing for a while. I noticed. Yeah, it was like
I like to like add things like from like, all right. So I used to always like when I add production, But now it's just like the most I really like to do is a drop or two because I don't want to disrespect the original producer
Yeah,
or whatever
yeah, yeah.
ideas they had. But in placement of that, I'll just add like a lot of like a cappella layers and stuff like that, like a lot of
Yeah.
melodic bells and whistles. So
And that's what you did on. So Samad and I have a song that's coming out. Yeah.
world premiere, world premiere.
Yeah, that's coming out soon enough. But yeah, definitely be on the lookout. But bro, the layers to it, I was not expecting that at all. Yeah, I definitely was not expecting that at all, and that was such a cool touch. And that's something that you've definitely developed over the last few years.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I've always had those elements, but I learned how to make them sound better and better, which made me more confident in it. And when I got
Yes.
confident in it,
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
easy to add into other people's stuff because it's like now I can experiment on other people's tracks too, and know that it'll be at least good enough for them to like it.
True. Yeah, because you don't want to be experimenting on other people's shit.
Yeah, most of the time.
Yeah. No facts. So yeah, for people who don't know Samad Savage, well, what are your favorite songs, or what songs would you have them check out?
I'll try to pick one from each album. Can I do or each
Yeah.
project? Can I do 4 songs?
4 songs, perfect.
Okay, I would say The Winter off of my first project, The Gray Area. Off Trust the Weird Kids, I would say They're Scared. It's like a fan favorite. And off of Duality, I would say,
Give 2 off Duality.
yeah, because that's a packed album.
Yeah,
That's like
yeah.
a longer one too. Good Night, obviously. I would go with the remix too, because that gets into who I am politically too. But and this is like choosing between children. I'll go with what is the name of the song? Forward, featuring Denon Porter, because half of the proceeds of that song goes to Clean Water Coalition. So you'll be doing a good deed by
Whoa.
listening to that.
Which one's that?
Well, Forward, it's
Forward.
off of Duality, the latter end of it.
Yeah, and you said half the proceeds from that go to the Clean Water Coalition. And where's the Clean Water Coalition? I feel like I heard
So they're
that's
based.
not the one out of Newark, is it?
They've done work in Newark,
Okay.
but I believe they're based out of Flint
Oh, okay.
because they primarily focused on Flint because they still don't have clean
Yeah.
water. But when Newark had its water crisis, they were over here too, and I tried to help out with that situation and stuff. But yeah, they've been going around doing a lot of good work, and I like to see projects like that funded because I know the people behind the scenes and they're really good people.
Dope. Man, yeah. I love that, bro. Like,
It's different.
that's different, right?
different.
Like, I feel like what's the point of having a platform, right? If you're not going to do something good with it. Because then it's just to have a platform, So, but I see a lot of people with platforms that don't do anything with it. So it makes you kind of question, like, oh, maybe that's not what it's supposed to be, used for. Or and it's not even like if you love something, like if you love making music and you're able to make some money off of it, or you get fans off of it, it's not like there's I don't think you have some obligations or whatever, but it's just knowing you have that, though, knowing that you have this reach and in this platform that can influence things. I just always felt like, why not use it for good? You know what I'm saying? But, and I'm sorry, I'm kind of not getting to the point here, but I see a lot.
I know what you're saying, and it needs to be said. But the only thing I was going to say is, like, there's a lot of people who do so much and help a lot of people out, but that's not, like, what
Off
you
camera?
see primarily.
Yeah.
And,
Off
and,
camera,
and, you know,
yeah.
kudos to all of those people who don't put it on camera.
Absolutely.
Agreed.
Absolutely.
But, like, I think there's a point to it. Like, I don't like when people film people at their vulnerability. Film that,
like when people like
camera all
give
in their
something
face.
to the homeless guy and film it.
Yeah.
Right.
But if you're gonna film it in a way to like inspire other people to do good, and that's your intention in
Exactly.
it, then that's the best way. Like I filmed my process with the Clean Water Coalition. And then, but the only reason I filmed it is because I knew I had a platform. I didn't have enough money to donate how much I wanted to
Yeah.
get clean water for Newark. But I had all my fans come together and say like, look, I'm gonna make a fund here,
That's
donate as
fire.
much as you can, and then through their money. The only thing I spent money on myself was the truck, and I spent my time to get the water
Yeah.
from the place and go back and forth and stuff. But
That's beautiful, bro.
yeah, like we all came together. It wasn't just me,
Well, there's and that's fire, and kudos to you first of all. Before I just move on from that, but there's different types of currency, and as you said, you didn't have, enough of this one type, so you use this, this other one that you have, that social currency that you have, and that's really powerful. And you made a note, bro. That it's so true, because being philanthropic can be a trendy thing. People can just do something because it can look a certain way. But I don't know. At the end of the day, I'd rather people, whatever their intentions are, do it as opposed to not do it. But there is a tasteful way. It's just if you're bringing awareness around things, or you're inspiring other people to do it, like that's really, it's important. It's important. I think that there's a lot of people in this world that want to be good and that want to do good things, but maybe don't know what that looks like.
Yeah.
So showing them different versions of what it looks like is dope.
Yeah, and God willing, I'll continue to do that.
Yeah.
And be able to do that. That's an important part.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's big. You just give with what you have. Everyone's got a little something, and it may not be exactly what the next person has, but whatever you can do, you just do.
Get what you have.
You get what you have.
In the famous words of John Witherspoon as Pops, when there's nothing you can do, you do what you can.
Right. Yeah.
I live by that quote, and it's from the Boondocks. It's crazy where
Yeah, you said John Witherspoon.
Yeah.
That's dope. Shout out John Witherspoon, man.
I like that.
Yeah, that actually that brings me to, I was thinking, because this was just last month, I think, that you dropped the drill don't kill.
Yeah.
Which is like, it sounds cool. The merch looks cool. I can kind of guess what the inspiration behind was, but can you tell me what that process is like? And yeah, just that whole inspiration. What drove you to do that and the whole campaign?
I mean, it wasn't too much of a campaign, but I knew that a lot of people agreed with the sentiment of what I was saying in that record. That there's so much more to street politics, and I even hate to say street because I'm from the suburbs and I still run into, I guess, street problems too. So I wanted to show the world, or at least my fan base, that the music isn't always the problem. There's a lot more behind this stuff. Even I, the positivity pushing person, thought about killing somebody before. It's I don't want to normalize that thought, but it's a normal thing. People feel that from time to time. People plan these things, and it's often out of protection or feeling threatened or whatever. So I wanted to speak about it yo, the music is just a reflection of what's going on out here. It's not really just people are just creating this stuff out of thin air. I mean, there are some fakes out there who don't live anything in that type of life, but for the most part, a lot of these rappers are just rapping about what they see. So I don't feel like a genre of music should be demonized. Do I feel like it should be the primary version of hip hop that's played on every hip hop source? No.
Yeah.
Because hip hop is so many different types of music within hip hop. But I don't feel like it should be this specific genre. If we get rid of this genre, then
Everything's gonna be cool.
Yeah,
Nah, cause and they've been trying to say that kind of for years. And even though drill is what they're talking about now, but back
they
in
said
the
it
90s,
with
it was
trap.
gangster rap. Yeah,
They said it with gangster rap. Yeah, every kind of rap you could think of.
yeah. No, that's facts. That's facts.
I once had a white person tell me that they'd let their kids smoke weed but not listen to hip hop.
What?
Yeah. I thought about if I should say that or not, but
Bro,
just
what
letting
is
that
that?
out. Yeah.
No, the thing is, that's crazy. But
He was like, and the way he said it, he was like, yeah, no, I mean, I don't have anything against hip hop music, but my son said he was gonna try to smoke weed, and I was like, yeah, just don't do it while listening to hip hop music. It's like he also said some other wild stuff, but like for the sake of this being on topic,
Wow.
like yeah,
The 2 and 2 just
yeah,
there's no correlation to that
Exactly.
whatsoever.
Not well. I mean, it just for and weed is still stigmatized, but that point of we rather this than hip hop. I mean,
you know what? Like between those two
So
things, which
crazy.
one can actually cause psychosis? Not hip hop.
yeah.
And I'm not anti-weed.
Yeah.
Legalize it. Free all my homies that got locked for
Word.
that. But
But that's just a crazy sentiment to have.
hip hop is more dangerous.
But bro, it's crazy though, cause and I love that you're on so that I can have a conversation. I want to have this conversation with you, over any other rapper that I know probably. But just talking about that influence that hip hop has on listeners. So growing up, like I listen to hip hop. My favorite, like DMX and fucking Eminem were my, early influences.
Right here with you.
And I never thought of doing any of the things that they were talking about.
See, it's crazy that you said that because that's always been my sentiment. And I mean like word for word. I grew up on Eminem, Tupac, and DMX.
Yeah, word.
So like I'm not I'm not a naturally violent person. I'm imaginative sometimes.
Word.
I've been playing Grand Theft Auto since Grand Theft Auto 3.
Word. Yeah.
Who has it?
Yeah.
Right?
So you can imagine.
But I mean,
some
like
things.
at my age, that means I was playing at like 3 years old.
Word. Yeah.
And my mom was
Early.
like, as long as you know you're not doing this in real life. So what I think matters overall is supervision, parental supervision. As long as you have parents that's able to explain the difference between fantasy and real life, and somebody like telling you like, yo, shoot up this area in this game, not a
Yeah.
school. Like, as long as you have people around you that can teach you the right things, I think that's important. But then again, some kids, I'm noticing this, we're kind of built different, thank God.
Bro,
But
and that's what
some
I've had to, just because I don't, doesn't mean other people are influenced like that. And that was like a
Exactly.
real moment that I had to have with myself when it comes to, like, I'm in my music. I believe in art, you're supposed to be free. That's kind of the point of like making art. It's the freedom of it. I want to go up on the canvas and fucking just, go crazy.
Some people can handle that, some people can't.
Yeah. Some people can handle it and some people can't. And but just thinking about like the impact that it can have. There was this rap, I forget his name, but he was talking about it. He was saying how, he's had all these people that have come up to him and tell him how his music has impacted them. It's gotten them through, dark times, and it's done all this for him. I'm sure you've heard that. I know you've heard that.
Definitely.
I've heard that as well. And he was like, well, if my music can impact people positively, I have to believe that it can do the opposite.
All right. So, I mean, let me talk, I guess, from a more personal standpoint. I listened to Eminem since I was a kid, meaning one of the first CDs that I ever purchased was the Eminem Show. And I enjoyed Eminem, and his raps made me laugh. It made me happy. It made me not focus on all of the bull crap that was going on around me, and just entertained me. Not only that, he talked on there about his issues with his parents and whatnot, and I felt like I related. So he made me feel like I wasn't alone in this world, and it's, I guess, through that situation, part of the reason that I make music. But so people can say, yeah, but Eminem also said this, and that. But it's like, yeah, but that's not what got through to me. I obviously understood that was entertainment, and people always apply it to music, but never
Yeah.
movies.
I say
Yo.
the exact same
yo.
thing, bro. I say the
time.
exact same thing.
Yeah.
Because it's the same thing. Like you're not judging the director of this scary movie, or you're not saying that this gore or this whatever in this movie. It's entertainment. Like
I mean, the first time that I saw Scarface, I think I was like 9. I didn't want to sell coke. Also,
Yeah.
I realized he died in the end, so like I felt like
Yeah.
that movie taught an important lesson there.
if you look the whole story, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I just thought. So that's just something that I'm and I love talking to other people in this field about, because yeah, man, I realized that my experience and how I take things is not how everybody is going to. And if I'm approaching this thing in a certain way based off of how it impacted me, it's like I may be missing something. You know what I'm saying? I may not be considering all of it. But at the same time, like, as always comes with being an artist, being very in my head and, you know what I'm saying, overly, you know, maybe overly conscious or something of the impact that things are having. I mean, I don't know. And it also may be like, you know, I do a lot of stuff in the community, you know, I do stuff, you know, all that. So I try to be cognizant of the effect that the stuff that I do is happening, you know, is having. But at the same time, it's like, it's just music. As you said, like I listen to everything, bro.
I think it's all about how it's supposed to be taken. If it's supposed to just be taken as entertainment, then let it be entertainment. There's nobody out here saying like go kill people, go do this, like giving instructions on how to do these things.
Yeah.
So like,
Yeah.
I was just gonna say, I don't mean to cut you off, but I just think influence is chosen. It's because, like you said, you were listening to Eminem and you picked up on the things that maybe you could relate to, and I think that just comes with what you dealt with as you were growing up, that kind of gave you that perspective and vision of similarities. And also, he rapped about a lot, but he wasn't out here doing a lot of the things that we see today that
Allegedly.
are being done.
Allegedly. Yeah.
But again, I think influence has to come with kind of what you go through and what you decide to choose to believe as you're deciphering that information. And I think that also comes with not understanding the information as well.
Well, and you know, you were talking before about the parents and the supervision, and I think that's like the big part of it. Or I don't know, because it's not like my mom was supervising what I was listening to. But for the kids out there that don't have good guidance, you know, that could be more susceptible to that.
I mean,
But
my
it's
mom
like-
wasn't
yeah.
necessarily guiding what I was listening to either, but she was doing that with video games at least. But
I mean, and she was just overall guiding you as a person, so you were able to yourself discern that this stuff that you're hearing in the music isn't. I don't know. So I'm just bringing all this up because this is like certain things that I just the past couple weeks, you know, have kind of been put on my radar, and I'm like, man, you know, just.
I mean, that kind of goes into like what I'm talking about on this next project, and how
Which you're dropping on Friday.
Yes. So, but it's not like the whole project isn't dropping on Friday.
Okay.
This is going to be a process. It's what's called a waterfall release. So I'm dropping one song at a time, but every time that I drop a new song, the album gets bigger and bigger and bigger. So I'm not just doing that to trick the Spotify algorithms, but I'm doing that because I feel like it's more episodical and gives people time to digest each record.
Word.
And not just listen to an entire album and pick their favorite song. Now we get to create moments with these songs throughout each week.
Absolutely.
But also, yeah, I am trying to trick the algorithm because the project
Kill
is
two
called
birds.
the project is called The Internet is a Terrible Place. So I haven't spoken on this yet, and this isn't coming out for a few weeks, but all of the cover arts of each song have some kind of elements of AI in it. So it's not just
dope,
like
bro.
an AI generated image like how other like lazy artists just do. I'll do one and then like edit it in certain ways, add filters and work
Okay.
on the color corrections, maybe switch out colors and stuff like that to make it still like fit the record, you know. But yeah, so I'm partially using AI for that.
That's fire. Oh, we can have an AI convo.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think
definitely.
it's terrible. It's ruining society.
Word,
But
okay.
it's part of the
We'll get into
terrible
that.
place that is the internet.
So I actually wanted to talk about AI on the AI tip because I'm doing kind of the same thing. So, well, not the same thing actually, but similar in that I'm utilizing some AI. I'm actually utilizing, a few things, but there's like video generation, you know, that you can do now.
I
There's,
was going to get into that too. It's just I'm waiting to find a better alternative because I don't like the way that everybody who's doing it, it looks the same way.
yeah, definitely,
Yeah.
definitely. It's definitely right now. It's all the generated stuff is fairly generic as far as the video, and the video stuff isn't very good yet. But you see where the pictures have gone in the last few months.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm like utilizing that as well. You know, trying to see. I'm using AI in different ways, but How are you feeling about AI? I guess you're not fucking with it.
So I mean, I love it and hate it because I like it as a tool. I don't like it as an alternative.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I feel that.
I think that people shouldn't depend upon it. If you're going to use AI, I mean, this is going to be released some weeks from now, but the way that I had planned to use AI in a video is to do something that I can't do. So, like, if I can't afford to get a certain shot of me or something like that, if I can afford to, like, I don't know, rent a motorcycle and, like, ride the motorcycle, but I want it to turn into me doing a freaking wheelie off of a ramp.
Yeah,
And, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
take it to that level. Don't just be like, oh, like using it as a crutch. Another thing is, like, I don't know if you heard, like, the AI songs.
Yeah, bro.
There's only one that I rock with, and it's because it's too good to let go.
Which one?
It's called, like, Winter's Cold by Drake AI.
Okay. Yeah.
It's so fire. But the idea of it is still, like, terrible. And I'm like, this is insane.
Crazy.
And I think it's like, I'm kind of waiting for when there's a Samad Savage AI. So I'm able to do a... So I feel like I have competition. You know? And that sounded really cocky. Like, as soon as I said it, I'm like, that sounds way more cocky than I intended it.
So, bro?
But I meant, like, I know Drake is in competition with AI Drake right now because, like, it sounds really good. And the songs that the AI is writing sounds really good. And I would like to, I always look at my old music as my competition.
Word.
Like, all right, I
Respect.
just got to be better than that. I have to, grow and get better every time, speak on more things every time. But
So you're like, if somebody could use my voice better than me,
yes,
I want to see if somebody could do that.
Rage Against the Machine.
Word.
Yeah.
So it's like a challenge. I like that. Yeah, but all that like AI voice copying shit is crazy.
I was
like,
bro.
Did you see the video where the dude like made it so he got a bunch of different footage of this one girl's voice and then sent a call to that girl's mom of her like in distress saying like, "Mom, please help me. They're like robbing me, da da da," in order to try to scam her into getting money out of her. Then she went downstairs to see like her daughter was just in her room chilling. That's where I'm like, okay, that's way out of hand.
What are we gonna
get
say, bro?
Crazy if you can do that, like,
Bro, it's out
done.
there.
It's
It's
happening.
out
It's-
there, bro.
right.
It's not even.
If you
It's
can,
not
it's
even
already
if.
happening.
You know what I'm saying? And that's the scary thing with humans. It's like we can create the most incredible things, but we will use it for the most atrocious purposes.
Straight
You know what I'm
destruction.
I feel
saying?
like
The
that's
most
like
heinous.
literally about religion.
Yeah. Word, yeah.
I've always felt like most religions have so much purity and goodness to them, and if we live by them, would be great. But
You can pervert them.
people,
Yeah.
people always mess it up and mistranslate and stuff.
Yep. Nah, same kind of thing. And like with and obviously there's a lot of different types of AIs, but speaking on that one specifically, I don't know what good is there that you can copy somebody's like I feel like the bad outweighs the good so much because in addition to like now artists don't even have our own voice. Like that's crazy that artists don't even have our own voice anymore. And
I'll take it
up
to
till
like
now, you can't copyright a voice.
Yeah.
Like there's new laws that are going to be created to deal with what's going on right now. Because right now there's
I'll take it to a Black Mirror level. Now, I don't believe in clones necessarily, but who's to say somebody can't just like a label who's just sick of an artist can't just off an artist and then continue to put music out, and they could act like it's posthumous because we all know it's more profitable when the artist is gone, but they could just act as if the artist is still alive. Just put videos together with AI, CGI, and whatnot. Like there's not even real people, and just have the artist's voice.
The thing like that is so like the technology's available now today for that, bro.
I wouldn't be surprised if it was done, and we won't know until like 10 years from now.
Because I mean, think about it, bro. We always get the technology late.
Unless he's not coming on tour,
Yeah, but then again,
then does he have to go on tour?
like a little bit of makeup in a like we already have stunt doubles.
I was gonna say stunt double.
yeah.
Yeah.
You seen
And you still don't know.
there's that one girl. Well, actually, there's like a copy of everybody nowadays. There's that one girl who looks exactly like Ariana Grande.
Yeah.
Another one just came out who looks damn near similar to Kim. And
The Lil Durk one.
Yeah.
What was that one?
Oh, Lil Durk, Perkio.
Perkio.
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
I mean, he looks like Perk a little bit in the face, but like they're not the same height and stuff. But
Okay. Yeah.
if they took somebody like that and gave him the new growing surgery, I'm not sure if y'all saw that.
I did
People
see that.
replacing their knees out here. It's like the male
Like
BBL.
white chicks?
Yo, it's crazy.
Like nah. More like
No,
like,
you know what white chicks? They're
I
like,
know
oh,
what
I
you
got my knees done. That's
Nah,
how'd you get so tall?
No, well, yeah, actually, yes, like that, but like no,
Real
like
life.
doctors are legit breaking their legs and adding on like a structure, and then they have to relearn how to walk again, just for them to get taller. Let's just say there's a 5'6" Drake looking dude out there, and they
Who
need to
just
bring
needs
him
an
up
extra
to
5, yeah.
to give him the extra 5, and then AI Drake, and then like it's possible. Is all
No,
I'm saying.
it's so the thing with like iRobot, bro, is coming.
I don't think that's gonna happen.
So they already have AI technology that can, like, you can have conversations with AI,
Yes.
like that'll sound like a person.
But
And they
anytime that an AI's ever thought for themselves, because they're able to track all of the data, right? The AI's not able to hide the data. So anytime that they say something that can be an endangerment to humanity, they go back and rework it. So, but one thing I can tell you is they're not trying to make AI like perfect humans. They're trying to make AIs human-like. So there's this one video that I seen of a robot working in a factory for just 15 minutes and decided to kill himself.
You didn't see that? I saw that. Yeah, he was
Yeah.
moving boxes back and forth, and
He just
yeah,
gave up. It was
he
like,
just decided he didn't want to do
this
it
isn't
anymore.
life. So
bro, what?
AIs have weaknesses too.
That's crazy. But that's programmable.
I just miss when AI just meant like Iverson, you know?
That's the only AI we respect around here. Yeah. No, that's nuts though. That's nuts though. I mean, but
But
Yeah.
what about like sound enhancing? Because you know, there's a AI out right now. You can take let's say, go record with my phone outside in the helicopter or whatever's in the background. I put it in the sound enhancer or whatever. Gone.
So
It'll
that
sound like I'm talking right here on this mic.
that's an AI that's been around for a bit. Like for example, I use this thing from Isotope called RX.
Okay.
And for the people who don't know what that is out there, it's pretty much a plugin, and it can take like reverb out of a room from a recording. It can take background noise out, de-hum. There's this thing called deplosive on there, and like it takes out all of the
pops, yeah.
like so that's been out for a minute. Like I technically use AI to master my projects because I use the algorithm
Blender or
of
whatever?
this thing called Ozone, which I trust way more than like. I don't want to name the other places because I'm not trying to crap on anybody else. But these websites that are offering you mastering services, they're not really. It's not good stuff because they won't know the little like nudge of something that could really take one song from one level to another level.
Wow.
So like I like Ozone because it does it for you, and then you're able to switch and like do whatever you feel like to make it sound better. So yeah. I don't know
So
how I
like
got
how
here.
you do it with the AI pics. It's like you get the picture,
Yes.
and then from there you
Yep.
yeah.
It's I like it as a tool.
As a tool.
Yeah.
Nah, respect.
Not a
I think
crutch.
that the people who use it as a crutch are going to become obsolete, just like the people who don't use it at all. But the ones that use it as a tool are going to be the winners in all different industries, because there's AI's taking over like so many different fields. But yeah, man, not Samad Savage. And if there is a Samad Savage AI that comes out, they're gonna have to go against the real one.
You can't get an AI to rap that fast. I'll be all right.
You got a point.
Bro, man, these AIs out here. But I think you'll always stay ahead of the curve, bro. Was there? You got the album? Oh yeah, the album's not the only thing that's coming out in a few weeks, or these songs isn't the only thing that's coming out in a couple weeks. You got
And
another.
speaking of AI,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know, we're gonna be switching the code.
We're gonna be switching the code. Yeah, man. You got a
Dad
little
jokes
one.
coming in hot.
Dad jokes coming in hot. Yo, you have a baby on the way.
Yes.
Yo, I'm excited for you, man.
Yeah,
When,
congratulations, man.
Thank you very much.
big congrats. When's the due date? How are you feeling? How's the wife you feeling?
I'm sure they'll be fine on their own. Nah,
He's like, I got this album. I gotta get to, bro.
nah, everything is great. We got about the baby should be here by the time this comes out.
Yeah. Wow.
But
what's the due date?
May 15th.
Okay.
But who
Yeah.
knows?
Yeah.
You know.
Wow.
And it's a boy, and I just plan on being the best father that I could possibly be. Like somebody was talking to me earlier about like, yo, you ever think about like, now are you gonna like change your music style up a bit because you have a child? And I'm like, dude, I've been thinking about having a kid since I was like a kid.
Word.
So I've always tried to live in a way that I would want my child to be proud of.
I respect that.
So like the music, I curse here and there, but like it's never extremely vulgar except track 5 on Duality. But this next project, I'm not gonna make a spectacle out of it, but it's like it's pure, but it's real.
Word.
Like I'm not making gospel music or like absolutely clean music, but because I'm like still rapping about real world things and like things we experience on a day to day. Like life is just not that.
Yeah, life's not pure. It's not purity
Yeah.
that you're seeing out in the world. Yeah.
But I'm delivering it in a way where you don't have to debate if your kid should listen to it or not.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Word. Well, this kid's gonna be listening to it. I can't wait for all these songs to drop. You know, I'm a big fan, and everybody that's listening, y'all should definitely become fans. And we got a record that's dropping soon enough, so make sure y'all stay on the lookout for that. But you got to get out of here. I know you got a pregnant wife to get back to. Thank you so much for coming
Yo,
on.
I love her,
Yeah.
but she got food. That's the reason why. I
Well, he's got some food to get back to. Anything else you want to tell the people before you get out of here, bro?
Yo, if you haven't by now, pay your taxes, please. Like, just please, yo. For the sake of like freedom, pay your taxes.
Samad Savage always looking out for you. Jack
Yeah.
Blames, anything for the people?
Hey, man, just keep it clean, man.
Keep it.
Yep, wash your
clean.
ass.
Wash your ass.
You heard him. Keep it
Illinois
clean.
Podcast. We out. Fire.
Dope.
Fire.
That went well.
That did, bro.
Oh yeah, that was awesome. That
Yes.
was very awesome.
That's gonna be a great episode.
I gotta tap into the podcast a bit more. I like the dynamic you two have.